Hey, welcome back to Harriet's Florida Kitchen. I'm Harriet. This is my kitchen. We're in Florida. And today I'm making something that is universal, not even just a Florida thing. We're going to make banana cream pie from scratch. And this is a recipe that my friend Sissy made for us out in Montana. We went back to her house after a concert. She and her partner Marley invited us back, and Sissy, real name Millicent, whom I have known since the 7th grade, I had whipped it up. It was ready to go. She brought it out, made homemade whipped cream to put on top of it, threw a few bananas on, and it was ready to go. It's so easy. I'm going to make it practically in real time. So here we go. I did not make this pie crust. I got a ready-made one at the grocery store. I've just defrosted it, and it's going in the oven, 400 degrees for 10 minutes, just like it is. And then I'm going to pull it out, and meanwhile, I'm going to make the rest of the stuff. And it's going to be, I think I'm going to be able to make it in the time it takes us to cook this. All right, in a heavy saucepan, put in 3 tablespoons of cornstarch with 1 2/3 cup of water. Dissolve that. Pretty much put it on high heat. And once that's dissolved, you stir in sweetened condensed milk. You separate 3 eggs and you put the yolks in one place. You're going to use the egg yolks. I'm going to save the egg whites to make guava pastelitos and put that on the top so I can make the turbinado sugar stay on. And I'm going to beat the egg yellows. And then the egg yolks are going to go in with the sweetened condensed milk and the water. And they are going to be cooked together, cooked pretty fast so that it doesn't turn into, scrambled eggs or anything. And we're going to cook and stir that until it's thickened and bubbly. Now, this is a little bit eggy, so I am going to whip it up a little bit with a whisk so it's really thoroughly beaten in. All right, getting pretty thick. You can hear it bubbling on the bottom. Ooh, okay, let's turn it way down. It was on medium high. Thick and bubbly, all right. Like this. I see some dark bits coming from the bottom. I think I see some, let's see something like this. Okay, so there are some burnt bits coming up. That's not going to be that cute. I might have to pick those out. Okay. Not so good. All right. And let's put in the butter. A teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. If this tastes nasty, you'll never see it. But if it's got just burn bits that I can pull out, that should be fine. Okay. Now I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to prepare the pie, which should be out of the oven soon. Yeah. Perfect. Whoa, jumped up. Forgot all about that. Really, you're supposed to put something on that to make it not jump up. But it'll be fine. Let's see. Let's poke a hole in it with a fork. Have that go down a little. Yeah, that's okay. There. Perfect. So while I'm waiting for this to cool, not the filling, but the pie shell, I'm going to take out some of these little dark things, and I think they look great. So I'm going to yeah, they're kind of like thickened bits of the custard. Maybe this is how Spotted Dick got started in the United Kingdom. I'm just telling you, it's a good thing to do. And I don't think you should aim for this. You shouldn't say, oh good, let's make it dark, let's see if we can give you dark spots. But if you do get dark spots, and I think it was because I just let it, I cooked it, didn't cook it for more than a few minutes. And I think I just let it cook a little bit more on the bottom before I start whipping it up. But it's fine. So, all right, now we're going to put the bananas in. I've sliced the bananas, and I've put those in. I've put them in a little bit of lemon juice so that they won't discolor. Now, I've got the don't make sure there's not a lemon seed. All right, put the bananas in, and now I'm going to put the banana stuff in here. Oh, what is the darkness in there? That is so interesting. It sort of doesn't look bad, but I think maybe I'll just eat that myself instead of putting it into the pie shell. But it's most interesting. So that's certainly plenty for the pie. Look how filling that is. And now I'm going to put it in the fridge. You've got to let it sit for 4 hours. Did I tell you that was 3 bananas? That was 3 pretty big bananas. So the rest of them are going to go in the fridge. We're going to put those on top once the whole thing comes out. So we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Then at the last minute, I'm actually taking to a friend's house for dinner. So I'm going to do the whipping cream, whip up the cream before we leave, and then I'm going to put the bananas around on top of that. But you'll get to see that in real time. Okay, I'll be back. Now, while we're waiting for the pie to set and get thicker, I'm going to make the whipped cream pretty close to the time we're going to use it. So I'm going to use, Sissy didn't mention the amount of cream to use for the whipped cream, so I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of whipping cream. I've used my immersion blender, which I've never used for this before. So we'll start with number 1. It says to start with it on the bottom. Raise it against the sides. Raise it against the sides. So I'm going to see if that looks like it's as thick as I want. I'm going to do a little bit more, but I don't want to. And then I'm going to do on speed 2, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I think that's good. Okay, but I want to turn it into butter, which is kind of what it would do. All right, and I'm going to spread that onto the pie. And if I don't have enough, we're going to make some more, and I'll let you know. Okay, this isn't quite done yet. As you can see, it's a little, let's see, so it's a little wiggly. So I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. We don't have to be there till 6:30, and then we won't eat until 8. So I'm going to have that much more time. But I thought I'd go ahead and put the whipped cream on it because I really am concerned that I might not have enough. And if I do not, I have time to make a little bit more. So let's just try to spread this on. No, that's looking very, very, very meager. I think what I'm going to advise you to do is use 1.5 cups of whipping cream. Okay, loyal watchers of Harriet's Florida Kitchen will remember that I don't do math well, but I'm now putting another 3/4 of a cup in to make 1.5 cups. I'm pretty sure my math is right there. So I'm going to use this blender again, and then we're going to have more whipped cream, just letting you know. Plus, I thought I should tell you, and this, by the way, did great. These little blades are so different, but you wouldn't think this flat one would do it. But I think the reason it does is because you lift it up and down, and you aerate it. I'm just telling you, but I think that's why it works. All right. Okay. This looks a lot less meager, a lot more rich. Let's put this on, spread it around. Okay, to the edges, the very edges. Do not be skimpy. Right, that looks great. Yum, yum, and yum. All right, now I'm going to put the bananas on top. Okay, now bananas, remember I put them in a little lemon juice, so they did not get discolored and disgusting. So I'm going to lay those around on top, and it's going to be adorable. I see a seed, so I'm going to have to go through with a fork and get that out. Now, does that not look amazing? I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to test it right now and be super embarrassed because it's not, done, or it's not set, or I really do want to taste it though. So I think I'm going to try it, and you can see how unset it is. Okay, just a sec. Okay. Remember, it's only set for 2 hours. So, but pretty darn good. No, well, it's actually falling apart, but I'm still going to taste it, and I'll let you know how that is. Just a sec. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's great. Notice those little black spots aren't in there. Well, they must be somewhere because we saw them. But they didn't ever taste burned, which sometimes things do from the bottom. I don't know why. It's very strange. But they surely did they kind of tasted a little thicker and yummier, a little bit of texture. Anyway, I think this is great, and you can see it's really easy to make, especially if you actually stir it the whole time and don't let anything stop on the bottom. But it's really easy. Now I'm going to take this over and notice I've already put the whipped cream on. You can take your whipped cream along with you and then slather it on at the last minute, which would be just delicious too. But I think this is going to be fine. And whipped cream will hold up for a couple of hours for sure. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, which is down on the left-hand side of my screen. I think I've got this right. It's opposite. And don't forget to keep watching, because the more hours I have, the closer I get to actually being paid, which is like about 100 years away. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And enjoy your banana cream pie. Bye.